Okay, so this activity is for page 123 and 124. Pages 123 to 124. So number 1, there are 100 apples in a bag. 43 of them are red apples. So 100 apples daw. In terms of percentage, you're lucky na alam naman natin talaga that yung total is 100%. And nagkataon that we have 100 apples. So this will be very easy. And it says here that 43 of them are red apples and the rest are green. So imagine nyo lang, no? Let's say I'm gonna take this as shaded and the unshaded part. So isipin nyo out of 100 tiny boxes, yung sa previous activity ninyo. 43 are shaded and the rest are unshaded. So out of 100, in terms of percentage, we can say that 43 shaded parts are 43, basically is 43%. And for the unshaded part, you already do the math here, okay? So that basically represents the rest of the apples which are green, no? So ilang percent kaya yan? So you just do the math there. Okay, sa number 2 naman natin, it says there that Jamie spelled 8 out of 10 words correctly. 8 out of 10 can be expressed as a fraction of 8 over 10. What percentage of the words did Jamie spell correctly? So which means this is now in fraction form. And all you have to do is to convert it to percentage or percent. How do you change a fraction to percent? One of our topics yan. Diba? So basically, a fraction going to a decimal. Then from a decimal going to percent. Nandun yun sa last lesson natin. So, i-guide ko lang kayo dito on what to do. Pero kayo pa rin na magsosolve. Okay? Number 3. Lionel had $40. He spent 1/4 of it and saved the rest. What percentage of the money did Lionel save? Parang fraction lang to ah. Okay, so anyway, using a model, 1/4 daw yung na-spend ni, hindi naman tinatanong kung how much yung na-save ni Lionel. Pero ang sinasabi lang is what percentage of the money did Lionel save? So he spent 1/4 daw. Okay. This is 1/4. Out of 4 units, 1, 2, 3, 4, he spent 1/4 of it. And the rest is what he was able to save. Okay, you should know some basic fraction 2% na yung very obvious, such as 1/4. 1/4 is expressed as 25%. 1/2 is 50%. 3/4 is 75%. And of course, yung 1/2 natin is obviously 100%. So if you notice, yung na-save niya is 1, 2, 3 out of 4, which is 3/4. And that's basically equivalent to blank. Andyan na. Okay, number 4. There were 300 seats in a cinema. Only half of the seats were occupied. What percentage of the seats in a cinema were occupied? Okay, percentage ang hinihingi dito. Okay, so meron dyan sinasabi, may clue tayo dyan. It says that half. Whenever you say half, it's like 1/2, no? Represented by 1/2, kalahati. And expressing half and or 1/2 to a percentage is always equivalent to 50%. Okay? Kasi kung sabihin, 50% off, it means, for example, sa mga town, if you go to KCC or wherever, and if someone says na, it is 50% off, so obvious lang yan, you just take half of it. Half the price. That's it. Ganoon lang kadali. Okay? So, which is in that case nga, since there are 300 seats in the cinema, just take half of 300. And what do you do with that? You just simply divide that number by 2. Okay? So, that's how you basically do number 4. So, number 5 naman. 600 visitors went to the zoo last Sunday. 360 of them were children and the rest were adults. What percentage of the visitors were adults? Okay. Meron tayong 600 visitors. And you have 360 of them are children. And you don't know the value for the adults. But basically here, in this case, all you need to do is just to subtract, of course, the number of children to the total number of visitors na pumunta doon. And in this case, you'll end up with the answer of 240. And since you're taking the percentage of the visitors of adults, which means ito lang yung concerned numbers natin, 240 and 600. Kasi kung sinabing what percentage of the visitors were children, so basically you do not need to do this na. But since sinabing adults, so we need to do this process. Although you can do it the other way, kahit wala yung adults, although it will complicate things. Pero ito yung proper natin way to solve for that. And doing so, all you need to do is just to, using your calculator, pwede nyo lang express yung fraction na yan. 240 over 600. Canceling it will make it smaller, 24 over 60. Then using your calculator, a fraction will be converted to a decimal, and this decimal can later on be converted to a percentage. Okay? So from there, ito na yung answer nyo. So that's how you answer number 5. Okay, so next tayo. Number 6 tayo, number 6. Okay. There are 40 students in a class. 40 students daw. 35% of them wear spectacles. Do you know what spectacles are? Glasses. How many students do not wear spectacles? So if you notice no sa problem na yan, ang sinasabi kasi is how many students do not wear spectacles, which means what we're solving for here is the actual number of students, not the percentage alone. Okay? But for that, you can basically make use of the percentage. Kasi ang kailangan nyo lang ngayon, if 35 out of 100%, always yan ha, ang total kasi natin is always 100%. Out of 100%, 35% wear spectacles. Now, how about in terms of percentage? Ilan ang that do not wear spectacles at all? Ilang percent? So, out of 100, all you need to do is just to remove 35 from it for you to get the answer, which is in this case is 65. So we now have 65% in terms of percentage are those who don't wear spectacles. So, paano natin ngayon kukunin to? Remember yung the last video that I sent you. Taking a percentage of a number. So which means to get this answer, all you need to do is just to take 65%. Kasi nga, those are ito yung na hindi gumagamit ng spectacles. 65% of the total number of population, which is 40. So that's 65% converted to decimal, 0.65 of is equivalent to times 40. Then from there, you'll be able to get your answer for number 6. Okay, sa number 7 tayo. A factory produces 800 computers in a week. In order to have a 20% increase in the production, how many computers must the factory produce in a week? Okay, first things first, this is basically the same as taking a percentage of a number. Kasi ang kailangan nga dito ngayon muna, what we need to find out first is how many computers should they be able to produce in a week from 800, no? Starting nila yan. Yan ang usual production nila, 800. Which means this needs to go up because it says an increase. Which means you need to add something to 800 to make our total number of computers that they need to produce in a week. And what is this blank na to? It's the 20% increase. Of what? 20% of what? Of 800. So, first things first is 20% of 800 ang kailangan natin dito. 0.2 times 800. And multiplying so will give us 160. Okay. So, which means this is the number of computers that they need to add, no? From their usual production. Okay. So, if you already know that this is the what they need to add, no? Para sa production na yan. Which means you need to take their original number of production per week. Then from there you add what is needed to be added, which is nga in this case is 20% of it. Kasi itong 160 na yan is 20% of 800. So all you need to do is just to add them all up, and that's your answer for number 7. So number 8, the original price of a television set was 2,450. It was sold at a discount of 20% during a sale. Kung kanina, kung mapapansin nyo dito, it was an increase, which means you took a certain percentage of a number and added it to the original. No, you took the certain amount and added it to the original. For number 8, you have the opposite. Kasi in this case, this is a discount. A discount is basically the same as yung sa increase. It's just that in this case, we subtract. We don't add. Okay? Knowing that the original price here is $2,450. So, sinabi daw that 20% discount daw ang binigay during the sale, which means you just need to take 20% of 2,450. So, that's 0.2 times 2,450. And whatever your answer here is, you just subtract it from the original price. And that is your final answer. Okay? So that's 2,450 minus yung answer nyo dyan sa 0.2 times 2,450. And that is your discounted price. That is basically how you take discounts kahit magpunta kayo sa mall and such. Okay? Number 9. Rita earns $1,200 or $1,200 a month. She gives 15% of her earnings to her mother. How much does Rita give to her mother? So, she earns $1,200 daw. She gives 15% of it to the mother. Okay, so ibig sabihin nito, and the question pala rather is, how much does Rita give to her mother? So, the question is yung mismong 15% na yung binibigay niya sa mother niya. Magkano ito? Again, this is the same as taking a percentage of a number. So, that's basically 15% of 1,200. Ganun lang. Okay? So, again, converting this, that's 0.15 times 1,200 or 1,200. Then that's your answer for number 9. Kasi kung ang tinanong sana is how much money does Rita have left after giving that certain amount sa mother, we take the opposite of 15% out of 100, which is in that case is 85%. Pero in this case kasi ang hiningi lang is talaga yung sa mother. Okay. So for number 10, last number. Pauline has $4,000 in her savings account. The bank pays 4.5% interest per annum. Per annum basically means per year. Which means if you have a certain amount in your bank, in a certain bank, the bank gives you interest. Parang they in return, since you trust your money with them, they are going to pay you back at some point. Okay, and in this case, it's 4.5%. So this is basically an increase. Since increase siya, so it's the same as number 7. Okay, so same as number 7. Try to do it on your own. Number 10. Okay, the same siya sa number 7. Okay, so basically that is it. This is a guide for pages 123 to 124.